No, they call me the Doctor.
Why don't you just call me Doctor?
I am the Doctor.
I'm the Doctor. You may be a doctor, but I'm the Doctor.
I'm called the Doctor.
I am
The Doctor.
I'm the Doctor.
I am the Doctor!
He is a doctor.
Doctor? Of what? I'm sure the man has no academic standing whatsoever.
And welcome back. Hello, fellow listeners.
And hello to you, Tina.
Yes, you are the listener in this situation until later in the future, which is now for the listener.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Then and now. We are kind of time traveling with this podcast.
No. I think you're trying too hard.
Okay.
All right. Did you have a good week, Tina?
Oh. Yes. This week was pleasant. How was yours?
Well, I feel like I just saw you.
Probable. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Might have been a gap of like 30 seconds between there.
Perhaps.
Joined at the hip.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. The doctors have tried to remove us and they cannot.
No.
No.
They cannot.
We are joined at the left and right buttocks.
We are companions.
Yes, for life.
For life.
By the butt.
By the buttocks.
Yes. Pooping is weird.
Anyways,
all right.
We're here to talk about episode 3 of The Unearthly Child. This episode being calling... This episode being called The Forest of Fear. This was aired on December 7th, 1963.
Oh, that's something we didn't do last week, is say when the second one aired.
Oh, shoot.
It's all right.
Well,
I can bring that up now. So the entirety of the entire Unearthly Child serial was directed by Waris Hussein and was all written by Anthony Coburn. So those have stayed the same. And as you said, this particular episode aired December 7th, 1963. Mm-hmm. Cave of Skulls, which was covered last week, was November 30th, 1963. And The Firemaker, which is part 4, which we'll get to a bit later, was December 17th. Nope. Was December 14th.
Yes.
1963. Lots of dates happening there.
Not 10 days, but 7 days.
That's normally what a week consists of. Mm-hmm. So unless it's a leap year, then
everybody doesn't know what's going on.
Yep. Were these 2 episodes better for you than the first 2? Or how do they rank for you?
Yes and no.
Great.
Together, I think they're a little better.
Okay.
But separately, they're probably just as bad. I guess after seeing both of them, I had a little bit more appreciation. There are things you learn in the 3rd episode that you need to know for the 4th episode. That's about it.
Okay. Well, a raving review.
Indeed.
From Tina.
However, overall, it wasn't bad. I did enjoy it. To be the first serial as we cover Doctor Who, yeah, it was great.
So I did think it would be fun since these have aired so long ago. Like with the first episode, it was right after JFK, right?
Right.
So I thought it'd be fun to do other
fun
things that maybe happened on those days.
Oh, fun!
Would you like to do that at the beginning or at the end?
At the beginning.
Oh,
let's give the people what they want. What else happened that day?
Well, according to onthisday.com.
Ooh.
Yes. December 7th, 1963. The first use of the instant replay machine, invented by CBS in a U.S. Army versus Navy football game.
Awesome.
Indeed. Also, yeah, not much else happened. But
what about the 14th of December?
I'm really working on it. So
well,
if
you can cut things, so I'm allowed to ask questions, and then you can cut. You're so
just
impatient.
Creating a lot of work for me. On December 14th, 1963, Vern Gagne, Gagne, beats the Crusher in Minneapolis to win NWA champ.
Nice.
Sure. I don't know what that means. Nope. Let's see. Anybody fun die? Nope.
Wow.
Nope. But it was a Saturday.
Maybe born. I know someone who was born in 63.
Not JFK.
No.
Do you really?
I do. But now I feel like I can't say it because it's rude.
Oh. Why? Because they're old?
Not old, just lots of wisdom, you know?
Was it your dad?
No.
Oh. I don't know how old your dad is.
It is my dad.
Oh.
But I think he's actually born in 62.
Well, then this does not count.
Doesn't count.
All right.
No, I think that's fun. I like to look up those things as well.
Cool beans.
Yep. We'll include that in the future.
All right.
You guys can submit fun facts too.
You don't have
as
to.
you start, playing along.
Okay. It's not a game.
But I mean, eventually it will be like, what is the funnest fun fact? Why did I say it like, what is the funnest fun fact of that day, that year?
There's maybe 2 choices, so.
Well, as we continue, I'm sure there'll be other things as well.
Okay.
You're such a pessimist. Tell the kids about the show.
I like that the people who listen to podcasts probably don't give 2 shits about us podcasting about this. And the people who actually like the show when it was on have no idea how to access a podcast. So
we are really aiming for the right demographic.
We put a lot of thought into this. And we were like, what is the most niche thing that we can do that I won't have to worry about numbers? And this is what we came up with.
Yes, it's wonderful. It's brilliant.
Yeah. So, part 3, Forest of Fear. We start off in the Cave of Skulls. Yeah. So the cavemen are asleep. The old woman gets up and grabs a very rudimentary knife, and she leaves the cave. She proceeds.
Is it a knife? I don't mean to interrupt, but is it like stone? Like
it's like a stone knife, yeah. But they refer to it as a knife later.
True.
Mm-hmm. So
which
it's kind
once
of like,
again, how do they know what knives are?
I think the doctor refers to it as a knife. I think our people refer to it as a knife.
But the cavemen do too, right?
Maybe after they hear
because he's okay. Touche.
Yeah.
Continue.
I mean, it's more of like the closest I can think of is like an arrowhead. So like it's like a sharpened stone kind of, but what they use is a knife.
How do they know about the silent K? Continue.
I'm so glad you're having fun. The old woman breaks into the Cave of Skulls via like a secret passage somewhere because they've rolled a stone in front of the opening.
Yes.
A la Jesus Christ. So they were way ahead of their time.
Yeah.
Because they came up with this.
Indeed.
And so she goes in the back way and tells them that they will not make fire. They will set you free. Or she says, I will set you free if you don't make the fire.
Right. If you go away and you don't make the fire.
Right. So Za and his wife-ish.
Yeah.
Sure.
Cave woman.
Yeah. So they're trying to get in, try to move the stone. And the old woman shows them the back way into the cave. So our people have escaped by now.
Mm-hmm.
And
Cal and her realize it.
Is it Za or Cal?
It's Cal.
Okay.
Za's the one that's still... Sorry. The only reason that I know that it's Za stays is because he's the one that kills the old woman and then tries to pin it on Cal.
I thought Cal pinned it on Za.
No, Za tried to pin it on Cal, but Cal was actually after them, not after the old woman.
All right.
Because when he went back into the cave, Za did, that's when he hurt her because she was still awake and he was like, what happened?
Right.
In caveman terms. I'm so sorry. But you missed something kind of small that I wanted to back up about.
Back it up.
So at one point in time, Ian is trying to help Barbara stay positive
Sure.
And, any hope is better than none gets thrown around. I think that's after the doctor's like, you're not afraid. He's like, any hope is better than none. Or like, you're putting all your eggs in a basket. It was something like that. Anyways, and the doctor said something that I thought was really interesting for me, because they're talking about not really knowing what's going on. And the doctor says fear lives in all of us, along with, what is it that your friend called it? Hope.
Indeed.
Yeah. Fear does live in all of us. And that's when I thought, wow, this doctor is going to be rough.
He's so poignant.
Yeah, I do like him. It's just,
Yeah.
And then one more thing. When the old woman comes through the back door of the cave, I think it's Susan, just starts hysterically screaming.
She does, yeah.
There's a lot of that, like where they make her just...
She's the damsel.
Who has enough time to scream like that? I
Susan.
mean, I think that everyone should.
Okay.
If something is attacking you.
Especially a caveman.
Especially a caveman. But it is way over the top.
Yeah.
Very characteristic of old TV.
I mean, it could have also been so the mics could pick them up, but probably not. But,
Interesting thought that never crossed my mind.
it just came to mind. Oh. So it could be completely false. But she is most likely just hysterically overacting.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
There's a spot that we'll get to later on, either in this one or the next one, where she is just insane. And I'll get there.
Yeah, there were fun things in the 4th episode. Continue.
So the old woman, as you said, is beaten, and it's not particularly clear at this point whether she's dead or not. She's just laying on the ground.
Right.
Dr. Susan, Barbara, and Ian escape through the forest. They hear an animal's roar in the distance, which of course
later we found out is
like a
the
boar.
beast.
Yeah.
Well, because Cal and her have that conversation right after the old woman like passes out or something. Mm-hmm. They're like, the beast will get them. But
right. But it's just like a boar.
Right.
Or some shit. Yeah. Okay.
Right. But they have knives.
Indeed.
With a V.
Okay. So Barbara sees a bush move and freaks the hell out.
Oh, yeah.
Another instance of very dramatic acting choice
Indeed.
on her part.
The cavemen also have really good hunting tactics.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was like, what is
Can't read your
CM?
own abbreviations.
I have to write faster.
Yeah.
So the cavemen are following them. And
with broken branches.
Yes, they're using like old school like tracking techniques. And one of them says that they wear skins on their feet.
Yes.
So
shoes.
that's just how they're interpreting shoes. Barbara screams when she sees a dead boar or hog, and that kind of gives away their position. The caveman, not sure which one.
Definitely Cal.
Cal is attacked and
survives.
Yeah.
It's very strange because the boar is dead, so something killed the boar that then came after Cal, but then they kind of make it look like the boar was the beast.
Right. I don't know, because this was before they did anything alien.
Right.
So I don't think it was like a monster.
Yeah, no.
So maybe it was just a bigger
like a
boar.
saber-toothed tiger.
It was a T-Rex.
That makes sense.
I think that
was why the footprints were so
huge.
Big.
And they put the glass of water there and it started rippling.
Right.
Because the T-Rex was coming.
Exactly.
So.
And they were like, fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knife.
Knives.
Knives.
How did they know about the silent K and the F turning into a V?
They weren't spelling it. They were saying it.
You're right. Anyways, continue.
So Barbara, in all her wisdom, runs toward the sound of the attack happening because she's a moron. Ian and Susan follow despite the doctor saying that they need to stay put.
Yeah.
And they find Cal wounded And Ian decides that they're going to help him, says that he's their friend.
Yes.
Which becomes their actual name for Ian, his friend.
Adorable.
Sure. Susan tells the doctor that there's no issue with them making friends with the cave people.
Right.
Pretty much.
That's also a really good moment to point out. Ian tells the doctor, like, while he's on the floor examining him, like, aren't you a doctor? Help us. And the doctor's like, I'm not a doctor of medicine.
Yeah.
So that's our one little clue of who is Doctor Who.
And in a very, like, uncharacteristic by nowadays standards of the doctor was going to kill the caveman.
Yeah.
He found a stone, I guess. Mm-hmm. And was definitely going to stone the hell out of this guy.
Yeah.
And
well, it's even his idea, if we're jumping to the next episode, to cast him out.
But sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Spoilers.
It's a lot darker and a lot more negative. I don't really, like,
sure.
The Doctor, I feel like, is more optimistic in the later seasons, and he's really all about preserving and making sure that your footprint isn't, too big there, you're not interrupting them and things like that. And this Doctor's just like, they're in our way, I'm gonna destroy them.
Yeah. It almost like makes you think of like how long he's been doing this.
Yeah. Like
at this point, especially with new revelations of the Doctor in these past few seasons, and like possible incarnations before the Hartnell Doctor, which for whatever reason were suppressed or wiped from his or her memory. He doesn't seem like he knows what he's doing just yet.
Right.
Like he's not the good guy yet. He's just like a old curmudgeon of
Doctor
a man.
Who.
Yeah. Good one.
Well, I think we teased that a little bit last time, too, when I said that he's just not somebody that I trust yet. Mm-hmm. And I think, again, it's because the Doctor that I'm familiar with has a confidence about him.
Right.
And even if he seems like he's going way off the walls, you trust him because he's pulled you through every other time, Yeah.
There's also a point right in this part when he's almost gonna kill the caveman that Hartnell stumbles over his lines, and I forget what exactly he was saying, but he says it, fumbles it, and then repeats it. I should have written down what it was.
I didn't catch it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of the first time that's happened, and it gets much more common with him due to just scheduling and his like ailments as an actor.
Right.
Ian wants to make a stretcher for the caveman to bring him back to their ship,
right, for
medical help.
Yeah. Go find 2 poles is what he told her.
Yeah. And sure.
And they did. They found it.
Yeah, they're in a forest, so I guess there's poles around.
With their knives, they can cut down trees, I guess.
Okay, we're just going to keep going with the knives. So it's Za that finds the old lady in the cave?
Yes, and then he kills her.
If you're right, then I've had these names wrong through my entire notes.
Well, hell yeah. So, I like being right. And I am right. Because Za dies in the end and Cal wins.
Spoilers. We're not there yet.
Oh, shit.
This is only almost 60 years old. You can't spoil it.
What if I did?
You did.
Damn.
Well, so Za, I guess, finds the old woman in the cave, and she tells him that she let them go. So he's pissed off. Back to our people, Barbara reasons with the caveman, Cal, to let them help in exchange for fire.
Yes.
Right. Doctor throws a tantrum, refuses to help. He acts like a spoiled little brat.
It's
like literally like crossing his arms and sticking his nose in the air, like
yeah.
No. So back at the cave, the cave people are being riled up by Cal or Za, who, I don't know, the caveman.
Za.
Okay. They're being riled up and in the cave and, trying to get them to go after the doctor and everybody.
Right.
He goes to the old woman in the cave who's now dead, right?
Za goes to the old woman?
Well, I have Cal, but I don't know now.
Sure. I'm sorry. I don't remember if the rest of the village saw her, but let's go with your story. Let's say the rest of the village, and I say village, but the rest of the cavemen
I just
saw
say
the old woman.
that he's riling everybody up, but I think he just goes to the cave.
Right.
To find her, not everybody.
Right.
Not
and
sure
then
why.
at some point in time, he announces that
she's dead and the
that
other one did it.
Cal killed her.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So Za says that... What's up?
Oh, my eyes tell me what... What does it say? My eyes tell me what has happened.
This one, yeah.
It's so strange.
Good job. Yeah. He tells everybody that, in a nutshell, he dreamed that... he's had dreams of what's happened. That his eyes have told him what happened, and that Cal killed the old woman.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just trying to reverse everything I've written.
Watch me be wrong. Come for me. Let's go.
Like 70% of me thinks you're wrong. But
we will Google it after.
But it's literally who's gonna double check us.
Yeah, I mean,
so the
5 listeners.
We have 5. Oh my god, we've grown so much in a week. So the doctor and everybody eventually make it back to the TARDIS, but
oh no, the cavemen are there first. Which again, I complained to you already. What? It took Barbara, Ian, the doctor, and Susan a hot minute to get to the TARDIS, okay? And these cavemen just boop.
And women.
Sorry. Everyone was there.
Inclusion.
Equality for cavemen.
So that's where that episode ends. Bringing up the title card next week, part 4 is the Firemaker. And that's...
I'd like you to read the 3rd sentence in my notebook.
Za killed the old woman. Nope. Cal.
I was also confused, is what I'm getting at. But I'm telling you.
So you said...
But at the end, I realized that Cal is the good one, and Za is the one that killed the old woman.
See, in my mind, the entire time, Za was the good one.
Oh, no, it was Cal.
But
because it was Cal and her. Those two are the good ones, quote unquote.
See, now in episode 4 in my notes, it says Cal gets outed for killing the old woman.
Za tried to pin it on him. Yes.
Right, but now I'm correct.
No. Za definitely did kill the old woman.
Fuck.
Because Za's stone has blood on it. And that's how the doctor... You know what?
Yeah. You're right. So part 4, the Firemaker...
Yes.
Starts with the cavemen at the TARDIS, surrounding the TARDIS. And one of them says they are coming. Meaning the doctor and everybody.
Yes.
So they're trying to get back to the TARDIS. They're being blocked. Za brings the doctor and Cal back to the cave.
Yeah.
Oh, man. This is work.
Yeah. Well, before they ever go to the cave, that's when Za and Cal are having that argument.
Okay.
Right? I think. Or do
I'm
take
saying
them back?
It's work for me to be reversing all my notes.
Oh.
Not the actual work the cavemen are doing. Me replacing Cal with Za and Za with Cal is pain in my ass.
Well, you're doing a really good job.
Thank you so much.
I'm proud of you.
And then...
They, point out that the stories... they don't point it out. I said...
Cool.
The stories keep changing. But Za definitely killed the old woman. And the doctor proves it. And so Cal and Za get into some kind of tussle with everybody in the Cave of Skulls.
Correct.
Yes.
And at this point, I completely stopped trying to see who was who.
Yes. It was really funny, the cuts that they did, because they would be little selfie shots of the actors
I actually really liked those. It was super simple. So just to like paint a picture for everybody who's not paying for BritBox, and that's fine. This episode might actually be on YouTube. I'm not sure, but
Wonderful.
It's you're seeing these kind of wide shots of two identical cavemen wrestling, pretty much, and
doing a lot of acrobatics.
Really, poor choreography, next to no choreography. There's no like punch sounds. There's no background noise. It's very like just
grunts,
scuffling. Yeah. And in between them fighting, you see extreme close-ups of each of our, like the Doctor, Susan, Ian, and Barbara, of their face individually, and their eyes are just like darting back and forth, and like they look shocked.
Watching the fight, like what's gonna happen?
But it just like it was super simple, and it definitely shows the budget they were working on.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I really, especially the doctors. Like, I can see it's like it had a spotlight on him.
Yeah.
It's very white and washed out. But I like that.
It was really funny to watch. There's a lot of talk between her and Cal at this point, right? And they're kind of like going back and forth deciding what they're going to do with the group. And they're trying so hard to keep their language knowledge to a minimum.
Sure.
But they keep throwing like big words in there. That was making me laugh. It was great, but yeah. They talk about Cal at one point. You think that he might be team let's work together because he realizes that a group of people can push out Za.
Right.
A group of people can hunt, but then they never come back to it. Like it never full circles. He's like, no, I will get the meat.
Yeah, like by the end of it, he really just wants, I think, to be the leader and the provider.
Yeah.
But that's after he made these big gestures that, we have to work as one big unit in order to get food, in order to make fire, in order to succeed. We have to work together. And then he's like, no, I can you stay here. Like,
Just not full
father
circle.
my children. So the Doctor and Ian start throwing stones at Za. Okay. And everybody follows suit. Cal decrees that Za's no longer part of the tribe. So he's outsies. Cal puts the Doctor and everybody back into the Cave of Skulls. Cal asks the cave woman what happened in the forest, like who saved the injured.
Yeah.
dude.
Or who saved him, right? What happened after I fought the boar or whatever.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it is who saved him. So let me
let me understanding
redo that
of
again.
characters
I
is
think
correct.
it is. It's again reading my notes and whatever. So I'm going to say that again.
Yeah.
So Cal asked the cave woman what happened in the forest and who exactly saved him. He figures that they're just another tribe from the other side of the mountain.
Right.
Back in the Cave of Skulls, Ian's trying to create a fire with some sticks and some brush and doing a much better job than the cave people were doing.
Well, they
honestly.
had a bone.
Oh, yep, that's true.
Yeah. They were doing it all wrong.
Well, in black and white, they all kind of look the same. So Cal asks Ian who their leader is. Ian says the Doctor. Ian explains that in their tribe, the fire maker is the least important of the bunch because, again, in their tribe, everybody can make fire.
Right.
So that's not really a something you put on your resume because everybody can do it. Mm-hmm. So then Ian makes fire.
Yes.
So they all get excited.
Then is the fight scene. I was early. I apologize.
Oh, sure. It makes no difference to me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Za comes back, kills the guard outside the cave, gets in the cave, and then fights
Cal to the death.
Yes. In my notes, I put, I literally have no idea who is who. So yeah, this is when we get the fight scene we were talking about earlier, with the extreme close-ups and everything.
Yes.
Cal wins and smashes Za's head with a rock.
Yeah, graphic.
Yes.
We didn't see any of it. It wasn't graphic at all.
Right.
But it's kind of messed up. Then Cal is like, you make fire, I'll get meat, we're going to form a tribe. AKA, you guys aren't leaving anymore.
Right. So he reneges on what he said. And this, I forget the quote that was used, but this is when I realized what orb was.
Oh, okay. Tell me.
I
forgot.
Because they said something like orb will... They said something about it being dark outside. Oh. And that orb will light their way. So orb is the moon.
Or the sun.
But it's dark.
Okay.
So maybe they think it's the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
And that it lights and dark, whatever. They're stupid. They don't know.
Yeah, orb. Makes sense.
Yeah. So...
Banana sometimes.
Pardon?
If it's the moon, it's a banana sometimes.
All right.
Not an orb.
They don't know what a banana is.
Are you sure they know what knives are?
They know what rocks are.
Mm-hmm. And fierce
I doubt
banana.
they know what a banana is.
Continue, Vance.
All right. I saw no bananas in that forest. So, Cal then brings a torch lit on fire to his people.
Yeah.
And they're all impressed and ooh and ah and blah, blah, blah.
Want to touch it?
Yep. Touch the fire. It's a good idea. And then he decides he's going to go get meat. So.
Which he finds rather quickly.
Well, we saw a dead hog that nobody did anything with.
Oh, yeah. So I didn't put that together.
Lazy
Cal.
Yeah. Or Zaw. I don't know.
Yeah.
The doctor and everybody are still in the cave. They're still prisoners. Susan is begging her to let them out. She says no. So this was actually another point where somebody flipped their lines. And it was,
I cannot believe I keep missing it.
It was Barbara this time.
Uh-huh.
So they had just found a stone, I guess, with a hole in it.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
And Barbara says the doctor found a hole with stone with a hole in it. So she reversed and then tried to course correct instead of hole with a stone with a hole. It's just funny that they can't cut any of this.
Yeah.
Like, they have to use it unless I guess it's something horrible. So anyway, Cal comes back. He doesn't want to let them go, and he wants to join tribes, as you said before. Susan then, this is where I think Susan lost her shit. Susan's great idea here is she gets one of these skulls from the Cave of Skulls and puts it on a flaming torch.
Yes.
So
look at it.
Yeah, like it's a skull on a stick on fire.
Look, grandfather.
Yeah, and she's just like so proud of herself, and I'm like, the cave people could have done this.
Yeah.
Like, calm down. That gives them the idea that they can, for whatever reason, put multiple skulls on multiple sticks, and that will
make them believe
that they're dead.
And the cavemen will leave them alone. Or
Right.
at least that's the hope, right?
Yeah, so they think the cave people will come into the cave, see skulls on sticks, and assume that the prisoners are dead and have already decomposed into skulls.
Well, they are cavemen pants.
I know, but they're stupid.
Yeah, they don't even know what bananas are.
I really doubt it. So they do escape.
And the cavemen do freak out.
Until they're like, oh, this was a ruse.
Cal comes in. And
Yeah.
Cal's like, what? This is a lie.
Yeah. So he's pissed off, and then they go after them with flaming torches.
Yeah, now it's a mob.
And there's another fun, like, close-up montage, kind of.
It's the greatest.
Of them running through the forest.
Yes.
And it's just, again, an extreme close-up on their face. They're kind of bouncing up and down, looking like they're running, and being, like, whacked with leaves. I assume by the crew.
Seriously wish that I could have been one of those leaves. Like, allow me to hold this branch and consistently hit them in the face with it.
Do you think
That's
the
all they
leaves were
did.
holding the branch?
No, there was a person holding the branch.
No, I know, but you wanted to be a leaf.
I misspoke. I'd really like to hold the branch with the leaves.
I gotcha.
To whack the face with the branch.
We can make that happen.
I was just thinking about TikTok.
Yeah. I'm not doing TikTok again. No. I fucking hate TikTok.
But it'd be funny.
Sure. So
Maybe we'll put it on YouTube.
all right. Well, I don't think
Instagram allows videos. We'll do it on Instagram.
it's one of those things that's never going to happen. We've had so many wonderful ideas. I still wish we would have done the Blair Witch one. It would have been so good. After running in place for a while, they
Finally arrived to the
back
TARDIS.
To the TARDIS, yes.
Again, the cavemen apparently get there a lot faster. They know the way.
Right.
So that's
But difference being this time is our gang gets there first.
correct.
Is able to get into the TARDIS, door
Yes.
shut, locked, and warp away.
Yeah.
And the cavemen are like...
The cavemen
"Whoa."
threw 2 sticks that literally just vanished.
They went nowhere.
They
I thought it was going to have the TARDIS disappear and then have the
they go
sticks come
through?
through. Yeah. Even then, there would have been such a delay. Because they threw the sticks, then it hovered on the TARDIS for a minute while it dissipated or whatever.
Yeah.
Sticks went nowhere. So I don't know. Maybe they all threw with their left hand and
I
just
have
went
no
the wrong
idea.
area.
Boomerang came right back or something.
They don't have boomerangs. They don't have bananas.
But they have knives.
They have... Okay. We're just... All right.
Anyways.
So in the TARDIS, the Doctor explains that he doesn't know how to fly the TARDIS correctly.
Yeah.
Which is something that kind of bleeds through the rest of the series, but he always kind of knows what he's doing. This Doctor literally is acting like he's never flown this before in his life.
Yeah.
So he cannot guarantee to Ian and Barbara that he can get them back to their time.
Because he thought he had done that.
Right. And they went to year 0 on the Eurometer.
Good job.
Good Doctor.
Yeah, good Doctor.
So after 2 minutes maybe of traveling, they land again, and on the display within the TARDIS, where they can kind of see outside, it's like a
Misty
forest. Yeah. No real detail. It kind of looks like the forest they were just in with some added mist.
Right.
Yep.
More trees. I don't
Here's
know.
a tree, there a tree.
Yeah.
More trees. The Doctor asks Susan about the radiation levels on wherever they just landed.
Yep.
And she said that they're reading normally. So this is also something he asked when they landed in this time.
Yes.
The caveman time as well. But yeah, she says that they're reading normally. The camera stays on the, I guess the Geiger counter or the radiation meter. And it quickly goes from normal to all the way to the right
Dangerous.
to dangerous. And it starts blinking.
Yep.
And that is the end.
But they've gone
They've
to
already
go
gone
get washed
outside.
up.
Well, have they gone
No,
outside?
they haven't gone outside yet. They went to go wash up. He said, we might as well wash up before we try and go outside again. Susan, what does the radiation gauge say? Radiation wasn't coming to my mind. I don't know why.
So yeah, chances are they're not going to see that on their way out.
Right. And at the end of the episode, we got the name of the next episode, which is The Dead Planet. Which
I love how you're enunciating.
I'm a little apprehensive about Pants. The Dead
Are you?
Planet. Yeah, because there are trees there.
Looks pretty
And
lush.
the radiation is really high. What are we going to find?
Probably a Dalek. Yeah, so it's pretty probable that they landed on Skaro.
Yeah.
So we'll get to likely see what the Daleks are up to.
I'm
and
very excited.
see what they sound like and how they move and how janky they look.
I'm
And,
really excited.
I will tell you,
This
this is not really a spoiler, but just to set your expectations.
Okay.
You do not see a Dalek till the second episode.
All right.
So there's a cliffhanger at the first one, but the first one they're just kind of looking around Skaro, seeing what's up, where the club's at,
Where the Daleks at?
Yeah, they don't know about Daleks.
They don't
yet.
know about Daleks yet.
So yeah,
Catch me outside. How about that?
Okay.
Outside the TARDIS. Why did it come out like that?
I don't know. So embarrassing.
You love me.
Okay. So.
Future niece or nephew, your dad's a bully.
Yeah, I'm sure they know by now. So yeah, that is the first complete serial of Doctor Who. So next week we will be covering the first half of the Daleks serial. Mm-hmm. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 episodes in this one.
Huzzah.
So we'll be splitting that in 4 and 3 or 3 and 4, however we decide to do it.
Cool.
Yeah, it should be fun. Any final thoughts on the first complete serial you have seen of classic Doctor Who?
What a mouthful. I am excited. I am excited for this journey. I'm excited for what this means for our friendship.
Indeed. This is commitment.
It really is.
Yeah.
And I'm excited because eventually I'd like to watch Now Doctor Who.
Well, you can do that in conjunction. I don't think you have to.
Sure.
I mean, as long as you've seen the Smith stuff, you can start on Capaldi. You know.
Yeah, but I miss it. And I kind of want to watch it with Liv. So I'm really trying to get her to.
We will see you all next week.
Yes.
Follow us on Twitter at TimeVorpCast. Mm-hmm. And if you want to email us, you can use the old email, which is maybe WTFDidIJustWatchPod@gmail.com.
Yeah, something like that.
There may or may not be a Just in there, not sure.
Go listen to our other episodes.
Sure. And subscribe, tell your friends, and rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcast and Spotify.
We are so good at promoting our own show.
Right? I just rambled all that off without having to read it.
Yeah, glorious.
It's like a, what do you call that?
A pregnant pause.
No, I don't like those. When you...
Yeah, this pause is pretty pregnant. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Yeah, it's giving birth now.
We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.